everyone, it's Deeki and welcome back to another iMovie tutorial. On today's agenda, we're going to be doing a short recap as always. We're going to talk a bit about effects, like what they do, what they're meant for, and then we're going to dive in and talk about some really cool effects that I like. So let's get started with the video. So over here I have a clip that I've saved to my computer and dragged out onto iMovie, and some audio that I also saved to my computer and dragged out. I'll leave the links to these in the description so you can follow along with me. If you don't know the basics of iMovie, then please go watch my first 3 iMovie tutorials, and that should get you all caught up on what you need to know. So I'm going to start off by cutting the audio, since it's a lot longer than the video. To do this, you're going to place your cursor right over the part you want to cut, click on the audio, and do Command B. Then you can delete the unwanted part. Here's how the video looks without any effects. It's pretty boring since it's just one clip and one audio, but we're going to spruce it up in a bit. Okay, that was pretty cool. I think that the audio ends a bit abruptly, so I'm going to give it a bit of a fade out. If we hover over the audio, this little dot should appear. And if we hover over the dot, these 2 little arrows should appear. Drag the little dot to the left, and that gives it a fade out. Okay, that sounded a lot better. So the first thing we're going to do is add an effect or a filter to our clip. We can do this by clicking on that little button. It looks like 3 dots arranged in a triangle, and going to clip filter. Then a whole array of these cool different clip filter options pops up. I'll be going over the ones I like the most and when I like to use them. So let's say we want our video to be in black and white. We can do this by clicking on the black and white effect. It looks pretty cool. Now, the next row of transitions are all based off of comic books or animations. I recommend playing around with those if you're trying to make a realistic film seem animated, or if you're making a cartoon. Okay, so the next 4 rows of effects or filters are all very subtle, in the sense that they're all playing with lighting or color. There aren't many drastic changes, so I'll just be pointing out some of my favorite effects to use. So if I'm working with videos or clips that involve the sun or bright lights, I like to use the transitions cartoon, glow, western, romantic, blockbuster, and heatwave. This is because I think that they really bring out the sun and they really bring out the saturation. On the flip side, if you're working with cloudy days or a gloomy clip, then you're most likely going to want to use sepia, H-film, film grain, camo, old world, and vignette, because those really bring out the darkness and gloominess of the clip. Now the last row of effects are all funky and they're messing with different light and different saturation. They're pretty awesome if you're making a sci-fi film or a film about aliens, but otherwise I would try and stay away from those because honestly they look a bit cheesy and they don't look very professional. So I'm going to just select romantic because I think it's very subtle, yet it adds a lot to the film. You can pick an audio effect by clicking on this little button and selecting one, except we're not going to go into detail on that in this video. This video is focused on video effects and filters, but don't worry, I'll get into audio effects in a future video. We can speed up or slow down a video by clicking on this little clock button. Here it says speed and there's a little drop-down menu. You can adjust the speed to slow, fast, freeze frame, custom. If you click on slow, you have the option of choosing how slow you want it. For example, 25% slows the clip down by 25%. You can do the same thing with fast. If you click on Custom, you can select how fast or how slow. Let's say I want the video to be sped up by 125%. We can change that to 125 and it speeds up the video. That was pretty awesome. So if we go back to the time button, we also have these sub settings. So the reverse setting completely just reverses the clip and it goes from the back to the front. So play around with that little setting because it can be really useful and really cool in some situations. Another important subsetting is preserve pitch. So when we slow down or speed up a video, the audio also gets affected. I'm sure you've seen time-lapse videos where the audio is like or you've probably seen slow motion videos where the audio is like yeah, that's a big problem. So let's say we want the audio to remain the same. We can do this by clicking on the preserve pitch button. In this case, it doesn't matter since this clip doesn't have any audio. If we go back to the drop-down menu, there's another option, and that's freeze frame. Freeze frames are a lot more advanced, so we're not going to be talking about that in this video, but stay tuned for that in a future iMovie video. So here's how the final video looks. To recap, what we did was we dragged out the video and audio, we cut the audio, we added a bit of a fade out, we also added a romantic effect to the clip, we sped up the clip by 25%, so it was 125%, and we reversed it. So let's watch it. Well, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it and learned something, then please make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Remember to keep on eating donuts and stay tuned for more videos coming soon.